I still remember those early days when we first began seeing each other. Everything felt like a dream. Her laughter, her energy, the way her face lit up the moment she saw me. It all felt genuine. I truly believed I had found someone extraordinary. Back then, we met almost daily. Whether it was a quick coffee run or simply sitting in the car talking about life, we always carved out time for one another. I looked forward to every meeting, and she made me feel like she did too. But slowly things changed. She began canceling on me. At first, I understood. Emergencies with family, sudden work commitments, health issues, things that made sense. I trusted her, because love requires patience and understanding. But the cancellations didn't stop. Every time we made plans, something else seemed to come up. Suddenly, a cousin needed her, or she wasn't feeling well, or her boss kept her working late. The list of reasons kept growing, and I slowly felt like an outsider in her life. I tried to stay calm, to avoid overthinking, but how could I ignore that it had been 2 weeks since I last saw her? And whenever I brought it up, she'd apologize sweetly and promise we'd meet soon. I expressed how much I missed her, gently explaining how important our time together was to me. She'd always respond with warm words, saying she felt the same. Yet, the excuses never ended. I remember the times I'd get dressed up, drive all the way to her apartment or the restaurant we'd chosen, only to get a last-minute message. "Sorry, babe, something came up." I'd sit alone in the car, staring at my phone, wondering what had changed. Once, I even surprised her with flowers. I stood outside her apartment for 15 minutes, only to receive a text that she wasn't home. She had completely forgotten we were meeting. That moment hurt. I stood there, feeling foolish, realizing it seemed like I was the only one trying. I poured my time, energy, and emotions into her, yet it felt like she couldn't give me even a few moments of her day. Even my friends started noticing. I wasn't my usual cheerful self. They'd ask why she never joined us, and I'd make excuses for her, though deep down, I was exhausted. But I still cared for her. I kept questioning myself. Was I being too demanding? Was I asking for too much? But wanting time and attention from someone you love, that's not unreasonable. Eventually, I decided to stop chasing. I pulled back completely. No calls. No texts. I wanted to see whether she'd notice my silence, whether I'd vanish from her life, without her even realizing. 3 days passed. Nothing. No message, no call. A week passed. Still nothing. That's when it hit me. I didn't matter to her the way she mattered to me. And that realization shattered something inside me. Finally, on the 10th day, she messaged, "Hey, sorry I've been busy. Everything okay?" I just stared at the screen, unsure how to even respond. I didn't reply right away. I waited, hoping she might call. But she didn't. Just that single message, as if checking off a task. Eventually, I typed back, "Yeah, just been thinking a lot." She never asked what I meant. She simply responded with a heart emoji and left it at that. That moment changed everything. I knew then she wasn't invested anymore, at least not like I was. From that day forward, I started pulling away emotionally. I stopped waiting for her messages. I stopped checking her social media stories to see what she was up to. I stopped hoping she'd suddenly appear at my door with explanations and apologies. One weekend, a friend invited me on a beach trip. Normally, I'd have asked her to come along. This time, I didn't even tell her. I went. I laughed, I danced, I felt free. And in that freedom, I remembered the person I was before her, someone happy, spontaneous, alive. Someone who didn't sit waiting for someone who didn't care. She noticed my absence. A message came. "Are you okay? Haven't heard from you lately." I replied simply, "I'm fine. Just focusing on myself." She didn't push further. Maybe she sensed the shift. Maybe she knew I was slipping away. But she didn't try to stop me. And that told me everything. Weeks passed. Quietly, I moved on. No drama. No confrontation. Just peace. I stopped visiting her, realizing she never really wanted me there. I don't hate her. I've just accepted the truth. Love can't be one-sided. It takes effort, time, and respect from both people. I gave all that. She gave me excuses. Sometimes I wonder what we could have been. But then I remember all the nights I waited in vain, all the plans canceled without explanation. Now, when someone wants to be part of my life, they make the effort. They don't hide behind excuses or empty promises. They show up. She wasn't a loss, she was a lesson. A reminder to never settle for half-hearted love. Maybe one day she'll realize what she let slip away. But by then, I'll be gone, happier, healed, and with someone who shows up without being asked. Because love isn't about sweet words or endless promises. It's about consistent actions. And I finally chose to love myself enough to walk away from someone who couldn't even meet me halfway.